Welcome to another edition in under 10 minutes. And now...
Let's carry on.
Yeah, I'm going to carry on. Okay, so yeah, the Highground Podcast, not in the Geek Room like I was going to say, is looking at why do you think Terminator Dark Fate has failed at the box office? They're saying now that it could lose as much as $100 million. That is.
I haven't seen it, but...
Why haven't you seen it? That's the question.
I do have a theory on this. I think, and this is like me sort of hijacking someone else's idea, but making it in my own. If all of you go on YouTube, there's a really good channel on there called Rossitron, and he's very, very good. Like, he does video essays on action films. So, like, there's not really much academic done about action, apart from, I think there's a few things, but he has just done a whole franchise review of Terminator. And it's like 40 minutes. It's really good. And one of his ideas is that post Terminator 3, maybe, it just gets too convoluted, and they try to sort of trek no babble their way through like the reboot and the reshuffle of the timeline, and saying that there's nexus points, and having Arnie describe that's hilarious. But yeah, I think for me that's what's putting me off Terminator now. Like, too many reboots, too many. The timeline, Terminator 1 timeline is dumb, but I like Terminator 1 because like
Scary.
It works because of the paradox in that one. But I think the timeline's dumb now. It's too dumb.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I'm going to go a little plug for myself here. In the Geek Room, I did my little video about a few hours as of recording this one about the whole subject, and I just wanted to, because you haven't seen it. So
yeah.
And for me, I found the film not brilliant. The trailer didn't make me want to go and see the film, and it's a direct sequel to Terminator 2, and I really wasn't much of a fan of Terminator 2, but it's when you get these films that say, well, we're forgetting the last few, we're just doing this as a direct sequel to the second one, but you have to get it out there first. Like you said, it's convoluted and it confuses people, and I think that if it had been a dark film, a hard R film, then it might have been a success, something that was you want to go and see and walk out and go, yes, I want to see a sequel. But personally, not a brilliant film, because John Connor's a Terminator, right from the trailers. That Genesis, I'd pay to see a Genesis sequel.
I like Genesis. See, I didn't have a problem with Genesis.
Yeah.
But
I enjoyed it. I wouldn't pay to see. I mean, I would go and see it because I'm in hope they made a decent Terminator sequel, because I still hope for one. But
I like the whole, Matt Smith Skynet thing. Yeah. I wanted to see where that went. That was quite cool.
But and
we finally got to see the actual future warfare thing where they smashed the mainframe that they talk about in Terminator 1. We all begged for like a future war Terminator film, and then Salvation happened.
Yeah.
And then we finally got to see one, and then they thought like, well, Genesis was rubbish. I thought it was good. I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see the post-apocalyptic
in
Terminator film that's set and stylistically like what we see in the original Terminator with
in the flashback.
And they can do the CG Arnold. They can CG Arnie down.
Yeah.
And then again, they can keep the special effects down with the rubber skins.
Yeah.
Everything is there to make a great post-apocalyptic Terminator film. Like you said with Salvation, they screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And Genesis, I mean, they aborted that when they didn't generate the money. But Dark Fate does feel like a James Cameron film, and it not a good James Cameron film, because I think True Lies is fantastic. Love or Hate It, Titanic is a good film. I'm not an Avatar fan because it's Pocahontas in space.
I think True Lies was actually his last great film.
Yes. But for me, if I was not an active film goer, there's absolutely no reason why I'd want to go to the cinema and actually see Terminator Dark Fate.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, come on,
I'm kind of curious, but there's no way, like, I'm going to knock the pan out to see it. Like, I spoke to someone at work today that said exactly the same thing. Like, they just didn't, meh, kind of thing. But I was disappointed, because I did want a really good Terminator film again before, like, not being rude, but before Arnie pops off. You know?
It's like chasing the dragon. This is David Drugs' turn. You keep going back to it and hopefully getting that hit. of what it's like to feel like feel like it was when you watched the first Terminator movie. That's the same with a lot of these sequels. I mean, sequels and franchises and reboots. I mean, I know the word franchise fatigue and sequel fatigue has been banded a lot around this year because of sub-quality films, especially in the sequel market. And I just think the Terminator Dark Fate falls into that category as with all the other ones. I mean, you got Zombieland 2, which basically didn't reinvent the wheel, but it was just fun. So that's why that generated. You've got love it or hate it. You've got the Joker movie, which takes an existing character and takes it in an area where it hasn't been done before. I mean, they had so much potential what they could have done with Terminator Dark Fate, but it just didn't work. Like I said, I've already said, for me it's the whole thing about you have to tell the audience in advance that this is you don't have to watch the next few. You just got to go for the first two. I mean, I suppose that might be a good reason with the Alien, with the Alien 5, which was supposed to say everything after Alien 2 Aliens didn't happen. You go from Aliens, and the new what was supposed to be the new Alien movie, and 3. The
Blomkamp one.
Yeah. That was so. Then but by putting that out, maybe it's a good thing they didn't actually do that, because that way you'd have to explain again to the general public rather than just the hardcore fans. Forget the last two films.
Yeah. See, when they said that, I thought, well, Halloween worked really well with that.
Different genre, because that was a specific audience, a smaller audience than a mainstream audience. Halloween, that was not in the same the Halloween reboot, which is absolutely incredible, doesn't fall into the same category of money that they plump into it. They pumped in a lot less money, as long as Halloween made its money back to get to another sequel. But if I'm right, that exceeded expectations because it was a small audience that people were doing word of mouth. So, that's the complete opposite to Dark Fate, because
it's a big franchise.
It's like whereas one's diminishing, the other one is going, have you seen it? I mean, you're the one that got me to watch Halloween, and I don't do horror. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. That's the audience that Terminator Dark Fate should be going to. You should be able to sit and go, have you seen new Terminator Dark Fate? Oh, it's a fantastic film. And all the people that wouldn't go see it, like yourself, would go and see it. So if I
see, like you say about different genre, that's where I just having the great idea. Like, if they said, we're doing a Terminator sequel, don't roll your eyes. It's a sequel to the first one. We've discounted all the rest of them. That'd be cool.
Do that.
The first one is a horror film. Like, the first one's a great sci-fi slasher. Like, it's just so good. Like, the tone. We both said we prefer the first one to all of the rest of them.
Terminator was the shark from Jaws.
Exactly. But Terminator 2 was too big.
Two children. It was too family.
But I mean, like, I think it's too big of a fish in the pond for how much people love it and how much the impact it had on action, and for them to ever do that. You could do it with Halloween because it's already horror, like you say, but I don't think they'll ever do that. But I'd love to see that.
No, you could literally...
Like, I'd love to... I really want this RoboCop Returns thing to work as well. Because you can do it with that as well, because... But...
Lower expectations in a Terminator film.
Exactly, Well, I think, like, with RoboCop and even the original Terminator and Halloween, they're all sleeper hits. They weren't expected to make money. And we're not going to break our tradition. I mentioned Star Wars again, but same thing. In a way, a sleeper hit.
I was going to say, I was going to say, I would actually pay good money right here, right now, to see that sequel to Terminator 1 that you just mentioned.
100%. Because I just one thing to close about Genesis. I think another reason that didn't work for other people is because it felt like a Terminator Greatest Hits. I thought that was alright, but anyway, end of digression. Sorry.
So that's been the Highground Podcast in under 10 minutes. You're going to have been Highground Podcast.